Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Wrestlemania. In the world of WWE, television time is the ultimate currency. The more you're featured on Raw, SmackDown, and pay-per-view events, the greater your chances of becoming a legend, right? Well, not always. Some superstars seemed destined for greatness, appearing in major storylines, headlining shows, and battling WWE's top names, but when the dust settled, they were left with nothing to show for it. This list isn't just about wrestlers who never made it big, it's about those who were given every opportunity, had the WWE machine behind them, but still failed to reach the very top of the mountain. Whether it was bad luck, poor decisions, or backstage politics, these stars were given every chance to succeed, but in the end, they never became the legends WWE envisioned them to be. Let's count them down. These are 10 WWE wrestlers who dominated TV and still failed. 10. Baron Corbin, the king who never ruled. Few WWE superstars have had as many chances as Baron Corbin. Since his debut on the main roster, WWE has been determined to push him as a major star. He won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal in his first ever WrestleMania match. He became Mr. Money in the Bank, putting him on track to win the WWE Championship. He was chosen to retire Kurt Angle at WrestleMania 35, one of the biggest honors in wrestling. Despite all of this, Corbin never became a true main event star. His failed Money in the Bank cash-in against Jinder Mahal was one of the worst in WWE history. Fans never fully bought into him, and even after multiple gimmick changes, Constable Corbin, King Corbin, Happy Corbin, he never broke out of the mid-card. Corbin is the perfect example of a WWE superstar who had all the TV time in the world, yet failed to translate it into lasting success. 9. Mr. Kennedy, a star that burned out too soon. In the mid-2000s, Mr. Kennedy was one of the hottest prospects in WWE. He had the charisma, the mic skills, and the backing of Vince McMahon himself. He won the Money in the Bank contract in 2007, putting him on a direct path to a world title. He feuded with top stars like The Undertaker, Batista, and Shawn Michaels. He was even rumored to be revealed as Vince McMahon's illegitimate son, a storyline that could have changed his career. But then, everything fell apart. A misdiagnosed injury led to him losing his Money in the Bank contract to Edge. Backstage issues with John Cena and Randy Orton made him a target. A botched move in 2009 was the final straw, and WWE released him from his contract. Despite being heavily featured on TV, Kennedy never reached his full potential, a tragic case of bad luck and bad decisions. 8. Ryback, the man who WWE dropped the ball on. Feed me more. Those three words made Ryback one of the most over superstars in WWE in 2012. He was booked as a dominant, unstoppable monster, destroying multiple opponents at once. Fans loved him. And he was being compared to a modern-day Goldberg. He had an undefeated streak that made him a main eventer overnight. He was rushed into a WWE Championship match against CM Punk. The crowd was desperate to see him win gold, but WWE never pulled the trigger. At Hell in a Cell 2012, WWE made a huge mistake. They booked The Shield to interfere, costing Ryback the WWE Championship. After that, his momentum was never the same. He lost to CM Punk multiple times, failed to beat John Cena, and was eventually turned into a joke heel. Despite constant TV exposure, Ryback never recovered from WWE's bad booking. His career fizzled out, and he left the company in frustration. 7. The Miz, a star, but never the star. There's no denying that The Miz is one of the most recognizable and consistent stars in WWE history. He's main event WrestleMania, won countless championships, and has had more TV time than almost anyone. But despite all that, he's never been the top guy. His first WWE Championship reign in 2010 was completely overshadowed by The Rock and John Cena. His WrestleMania 27 main event is considered one of the weakest in history. Even when WWE gave him a second title run in 2021, it lasted just a week before he dropped the belt to Bobby Lashley. Miz has had plenty of TV time, but WWE has never fully trusted him as the face of the company. He's always the guy who helps put others over, but he never became the true megastar WWE once hoped he would be. 6. Dolph Ziggler, WWE's perpetual workhorse. Dolph Ziggler is one of WWE's best in-ring performers, and for years, fans wanted him to break into the main event scene. He had incredible matches against top stars like John Cena, Randy Orton, and Seth Rollins. A career-defining Money in the Bank cash-in in 2013, which got one of the biggest crowd reactions ever. A work ethic that made him one of WWE's most reliable wrestlers. But WWE never gave him another true world title run. A concussion after his title win derailed his push, and WWE never saw him as more than a mid-carder after that. Ziggler is a perfect example of someone who had all the talent in the world, but WWE just never pulled the trigger on him long-term. 5. Rusev, the Bulgarian Brute. Rusev, known as the Bulgarian Brute for his raw power and aggressive style, was a dominant force in WWE. Despite the viral success of Rusev Day, his career took a nosedive after a high-profile loss to John Cena at WrestleMania 31, and he never recaptured that initial momentum. 4. Wade Barrett, Bad News Barrett. Wade Barrett, dubbed Bad News Barrett, had every attribute needed to be a world champion. As the leader of Nexus, his feuds, including a memorable clash with John Cena, hinted at a bright future, but crucial losses in key matches ultimately stalled his ascent. 3. Cesaro, the Swiss Cyborg. Cesaro earned the nickname, the Swiss Cyborg, thanks to his exceptional in-ring skills and technical prowess. Despite consistently delivering top-notch matches and winning the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, WWE never gave him a sustained main event push to truly capitalize on his talent. 2. Kofi Kingston, before 2019, the high-flying dynamo. Before his breakout as Kofi Mania in 2019, Kofi Kingston, the high-flying dynamo, was a standout performer in the mid-card. His high-energy matches and TV dominance showcased his talent, but booking decisions kept him from being seen as a true top-tier superstar for over a decade. 1. Lex Luger, the total package. Lex Luger was positioned as the total package, with WWE investing heavily in him as the next major star. In 1993-94, his high-profile push, including the Lex Express Tour and a marquee SummerSlam Championship match, never culminated in a title win, and his star faded soon after. All these superstars were pushed hard by WWE. They were involved in high-profile storylines, featured on TV constantly, and given opportunities most wrestlers dream of. But despite all the screen time, they never became true WWE legends. What do you think? Who was the biggest missed opportunity in WWE history? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more explosive wrestling content, right here on Wrestlemania.